It's still flu season, and you've probably seen ads for immunity boosting supplements, teas, miracle cures. But what actually works? Well, science has the answer. From Wits and Weights, I'm Philip Pape, and this is Nutrition Science Daily, bringing you the latest in nutrition, fat loss, and health science all in under 5 minutes. Now, no single food or supplement can prevent illness. However, research shows that certain nutrients are critical to keeping your immune system strong. So, kind of using your own body's built in armor against illness. So, instead of wasting money on things that don't work, here's what actually works. The big one is vitamin D. Believe it or not, I know people talk about vitamin C a lot, but vitamin D, which isn't just for bone health, it does enhance your immune function and reduces inflammation. A lot of people are deficient in vitamin D, and if you are, it's been linked to higher susceptibility to infections, including respiratory illnesses. Now, you can get vitamin D from food like fatty fish, salmon and sardines, egg yolks, fortified dairy, sunlight exposure, of course, is a great source of vitamin D. And if you live in the northern climates or you don't get much sun and are deficient in it, like I tend to be up here in New England, supplementing usually around 1 to 5,000 IU per day. Be careful because it's going to depend highly on what you need. And I would just get it tested, start taking a small dose, get tested again and see if you're good. If you're still deficient, you can up the dose. Number 2 is zinc. And this is kind of your body's defense mechanism because zinc helps with immune cell function. It's been shown to reduce the duration of colds when you take it at the first sign of symptoms. So zinc is found in red meat, shellfish like oysters, pumpkin seeds, nuts, and lentils. And you should only supplement if you're deficient because too much zinc can interfere with copper absorption. And by the way, they often sell zinc and copper together, and you're told to take it just for a short period and not indefinitely. So be careful with that. Consult a medical professional. Number 3, omega-3s. Okay, omega-3s have long been known to help with help against inflammation. They help regulate your immune response. They reduce chronic inflammation. That's what I was trying to say. And of course, we know that chronic inflammation weakens your body's ability to fight infections. So omega-3s are found in fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts. You get the pattern here. Lots of nutritious, nutrient-dense foods we're talking about. And a lot of people do need to supplement with a high-quality fish oil if you don't eat fatty fish regularly, so it doesn't hurt to do that. Number 4 out of 5 is selenium, which supports antiviral immunity. It helps your body produce glutathione, which is an antioxidant. And one of the most popular sources of selenium are going to be Brazil nuts. You just eat like 1 or 2 a day, and that provides all you need. Seafood has selenium as well as eggs. And so you probably don't want to supplement with selenium. It's not common to do that, and too much can be toxic. So I would just eat a couple Brazil nuts and you're good. And then number 5 is, of course, vitamin C. I wasn't trying to diss vitamin C when I talk about vitamin D. I just saved it for last. And this is like the classic immune booster. But there are a lot of myths around it. It will not prevent colds, but it can reduce their severity and duration. It's also known to support collagen production, which strengthens your skin, and that's actually kind of your armor against pathogens. I take a pretty high dose of vitamin C and have for a long time, and anecdotally, I will say I hardly ever get sick or get sick for long. I'm not saying that's because of vitamin C. I'm one person. But I do feel like there's a correlation there to when I started taking it, and I definitely recommend it for lots of folks. You could definitely get it from citrus fruits, from bell peppers, strawberries, broccoli, lots of delicious food. And if you want to supplement, some people would say you do get enough from food if you're eating a whole foods diet, but vitamin C you can't really overdo. So I actually buy ascorbic acid in powder form and just put it in some water. I'll put in a gram or 2 every day in my water. So beyond diet, your lifestyle habits, of course, are going to affect your immune function. We're talking about avoiding getting sick, and that's the big pillars. Getting enough sleep is the big one. Many of us are sleep deprived, and that's going to lower your immune response. Same thing with stress. Chronic stress increases your cortisol. That also suppresses immunity. Remember, this is just your body trying to balance everything out and stay in homeostasis. When you're hitting it with lack of sleep, and too much stress, your body can only handle so much with its resources, which is why number 3 on this list is eating enough food. Just eating enough food and not dieting is going to go a long way to helping you from either getting sick or at least help you recover faster. Understanding that we all go through fat loss phases at times, but if you do sense signs of sickness, it's probably best to get out of the diet for a while until you're totally healthy. Number 4 is, of course, movement. And I'm going to put it that way. I'm not going to call it exercise or training. Absolutely, lifting weights is going to improve your immune function in general. But I really want to focus on walking. I think walking is great for everyone and could even help boost your immune system when you're sick. I have, as a caveat here, totally up to you to try this, is when you're sick but not too sick, if you feel like you could still lift weights, you might want to try it, at least warm up and see how you feel. And if it doesn't make you worse, it could actually also boost your immune system. And then finally, gut health. About 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So eating fiber-rich probiotic foods to support it is going to be important. So again, you don't need like any fancy special immune fighting or immune supporting supplements. Just focus on these 5 key nutrients: good sleep, stress management, walking, movement, lifting weights, and you're going to give your body the best defense against illness you can. All right. If you enjoyed this episode this week, or you're enjoying this podcast in general, hit follow and text this episode or your favorite episode to a friend. There are ways to contact me in the show notes. One way to do that is through Instagram at Wits and Weights. If you don't follow the Wits and Weights podcast, you are missing out on the place where we deep dive into much longer science-based and guest interviews on these topics of nutrition, body composition, lifting, and so on. Again, that's Wits and Weights. Link in the show notes. And I will catch you next week.